Once in a kingdom ruled by a wise and fair king, rules were absolute. Even the smallest mistake carried a heavy price. There was a priest deeply respected for his knowledge and devotion, a man everyone looked up to. But one fateful day, during a grand ceremony witnessed by all, he made a minor error. It was a small thing truly, but it broke a royal rule. The king was heartbroken. He didn't want to punish the priest, but with the whole kingdom watching, he had no choice. Discipline and the law had to be upheld. So the king, still holding immense respect for the priest, devised a unique punishment. He knew the 4 greatest crimes in his land: drinking wine, eating meat, being with a prostitute, and suicide. He called the priest and said, "You have served faithfully, but rules are rules. You must choose your own punishment. 4 rooms are prepared in the jail, each representing one of these crimes. Choose one." Oh, the priest, with folded hands, accepted his fate. That night, alone in the dark jail, he sat lost in thought. After a while, he rose and cautiously explored the rooms. He opened the first door and saw a bottle of wine on a table. "Oh no," he thought, stepping back instantly, "this is wine. Intoxication is a crime, and I am a priest. I cannot do this." He moved to the second door. Inside, a steaming dish of meat sat on a table, its aroma filling the air. "Meat," he whispered, "and I am a priest. Eating meat is a crime. I cannot do this either." He recoiled. Next, he opened the third door. A beautiful woman, barely clothed, sat smiling. "I am here to serve you," she said softly. The priest's heart pounded. "Oh no, this is also a crime. I can't do this." He quickly closed the door, trembling. Finally, he opened the 4th room and saw a rope hanging from the ceiling, a noose for suicide. Frightened, he whispered, "Oh no, how can I take my own life?" He retreated to his corner, utterly confused. Wine, meat, a prostitute, or death, all were crimes. Which could he choose? After much agonizing, he told himself, "I certainly won't choose death nor the prostitute. And I cannot eat meats. But wine, perhaps it's the smallest crime. Maybe I can just have a little." So he entered the wine room and took a small sip, the first time he'd ever tasted it. He returned to his corner, but soon a pleasant lightheadedness began to settle over him. Maybe just a little more, he thought. He went back, took a few more sips, and slowly he finished the entire bottle. Now completely intoxicated, a new hunger stirred within him. The smell of the meat dish, once repulsive, suddenly became incredibly tempting. "I don't eat meat," he rationalized, "but just this once won't matter." He went in and devoured the entire dish. With the wine and meat consumed, his senses grew dull, and his desires intensified. The image of the woman from the 3rd room filled his mind. "Oh, she is here for me," he thought. Just once, what harm could it do? He entered her room, spent the night with her, and committed the 3rd crime. In the morning, as the intoxication faded, a crushing realization hit him. Shame washed over him. What have I done? How can I face my kingdom? Overcome with unbearable guilt, he stumbled into the 4th room, placed the noose around his neck, and ended his life. When the guards found him, they were horrified. The wise priest, who was given the freedom to choose only one punishment, had succumbed to a sequence of choices and committed all 4. The king stood in silence when he heard the news, his eyes filled with sorrow, for he understood the profound weakness of the human mind. He whispered softly, "The greatest enemy of man is not outside, but his own mind within." You see, in our lives, our minds are often like that priest. They know what is right and wrong. But when temptation comes, our mind starts finding excuses. It tells us just this once it's not a big deal, or no one will know. But that one small step often becomes the beginning of a fall. In life, mistakes rarely come all at once. They arrive quietly one after another, like drops slowly filling a pot. A person doesn't become corrupt, lazy, or addicted in a single day. It begins with one small compromise, one tiny lie, one bad habit, one careless decision. Slowly, those small things start to control our minds and destroy our peace. Just like the priest, we too sometimes think, "Let me try just a little." Maybe it's a small lie, a bad habit, or wasting time on useless things. But the moment we give our mind that little freedom, it grows stronger than us and begins to rule. This story reminds us that discipline and self-control are not punishments, they are protections. A strong person is not one who fights others, but one who conquers his own mind. If we can control our minds at the very first thought, we can avoid many bigger mistakes later. So whenever your mind says, "It's okay just this once," remember the priest. Remember how one small decision led him to destroy everything. Don't let your mind fool you. Stay alert, stay aware, and guard your thoughts. Because a small crack can break the whole wall. Even a single drop of poison can spoil a pot of milk. And one wrong choice, however small, can change the direction of your entire life. And if this story touched your heart even a little, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon. We'll meet again soon with another story that might change how you see life.